YouTube. My name's Marge. I'm a Heyoka empath, and I just like doing these little talks on the way I feel about things. And right now, I feel pretty good about stuff. Oh, the light went out. Interesting. That's better. I was sitting here listening to my music and muse, just dreaming, daydreaming. I charged my little desktop disco speaker. So I added that for flair. I used to just, I grew up in the 70s. We had freaking light brights, man. And I just, when I was a kid, I just used to space out and freaking dream like, wow, I would be so cool to live in there. And now I live in there. You know? So today turned out to be a pretty good day. Mom and I just had a pretty cool conversation, about how things are, how we see things, and it's just like I read a story and I'm like, Mom, you're not gonna believe this. And I tell her, I get a good measure. No, I'm not just berating my mom with bad news. That's lame. I'm talking like good stories too, When I come out with an epiphany, I go share it with Mom, Hey Mom, check this out. Guess what? We're all connected. Trip out on that. Guess what, Mom? People are ascending. They're all coming to the realization that we're all connected. And they're all starting to talk about their feelings more. And they're not able to hide their darkness as much as they once did. And people are coming into the belief in themselves that they can, they know what people are. That's why there's such a shift on this earth, and there's all these countries all over this planet. The people are rising up against, bigger armies than we got, against the freaking, but they got bigger restraints than we got too. What Ben is doing is trying to get comfortable. Ben and Margie. Ben is trying to get comfortable, Marge. So, anyway, a lot of those old ideas are dying. I was sad to see that, though, that they're freaking playing, and people to Saudi, and it's just, they call it political posturing. Is fucking what my brother, the poli-sci major, fucking, said. Political posturing. It's all freaking chess games for old greedy dudes. That's all political posturing is playing chess with human lives. And freaking, I don't know, I haven't said it my whole life that, even when I've always been the peacemaker, man. I've always been the helper. I've always been the freaking little weird kid, that, like, when somebody falls down, I'm just like, are you okay? F those people for laughing. They're just stupid, Don't mind. Are you alright? They're gonna fall down too. Thereby the grace of God or whatever, go them or whatnot. But a lot of this comes around stuff is it becomes more strong. It's coming stronger because more people are believing in it, and that's how its belief is how freaking is what makes something the most powerful. And right now there's a lot of people that are believing in karma, and more people are looking to practitioners and astrologers and for ideas and guidance and things like that. But everybody's got to level up. The whole point is everybody becomes their own, master of their own ship, so to speak. But I'm master of my own ship, so to speak. At the same time, my guidance is in the stars. I get my guidance in the stars, man. I get it in the wind. I get it in the birds. I get it in freaking people what their apparel is, you know, what they choose, what labels they're putting on themselves, you know. You know, I can determine. I know labels. I know brands. I can determine somebody's egoic, you know, based on that. So it's my measure. It's my human experience. You know, everybody has their own personal one. I just hope to help more people tap into theirs, you know, into their own belief system. You know, all this. I think about the biggest mistakes I ever made in my life. Lessons. Let's use the correct terminology. Okay. I hope that's not audible. What song that is? Anyway, my lessons in my life is because I went against what was best for me, but it was more what my ego wanted. You know, every circumstance is what fed my ego. Every single one. And if I would have just been more thoughtful and more careful and took a little bit more time in consideration, then I would have hurt my own feelings a whole lot less. Yep. See, the point of the whole experience of life is because you get to know yourself so much that when you see things in other people, you're like, oh, they're being a dick because something hurts. Because the only time ever that every time in life I've ever been a real big old jerk, it's because something hurts. And, you know, we're all pretty much the same, you know? And who isn't hurting about something right now? You know? Everybody's hurting about something. Everybody has a hurt, you know? Whether they're acknowledging it or not, everyone has a hurt. Everyone is having their opportunity again to keep breaking their own heart by making the same choices, or by just not and doing things different. Man, I know it's hard. I know how hard it is to do things different, man. I was used to just I can get in my car and go. I could go places. Now, I was thinking about that earlier. I was like, man, I used to be just freaking social. And it's fall, and I am social, and I want to be social. I do. I want to go out. I want to hang out. People are so freaking closed off, you know? And I ain't gonna go hang out in bars, because that ain't the kind of tribe I'm trying to expand on, you know? You know? I'm like, Mom, I'm plenty happy driving around just taking pictures, you know? Finding stuff, you know, take me pictures of, and she's like, you always had a good eye, Marge. And I was like, thanks, Mom. And I was like, but, you know, I just don't want to drive around by myself anymore. It's not as fun. So, I started watching the Goonies, you know, and I never went up to where they filmed it. I know I've been to other parts of where they've done other scenes in it. I've been there, you know, and I've been up to Gay Hearts. Is that what? Gay Hearts. And there, north of there's a lighthouse I went to, and I took a bunch of cool pictures of that. That was back in 2014. That was before I moved out here. That was my trip to see if I liked it. You know, it was so funny back then because I was like, ooh, this city, they take care of their streets. They paint their line, you know, the lines are all painted, you know, and now it's like a fucking, and now that what I looked at was an accentuating mark, you know. This is how much I've changed. Now it's a freaking annoyance because it's a waste of money. Because they paint like every 2 weeks. It's so stupid because they have nothing but money to blow. So anyway, I ain't gonna get into that. But you know, look how much people we've changed since 2014, man. You know, man, my life it's done a 180 and then back at another 360 and then it's all sacred geometry though, right? I don't know, just if you're watching this video at all, your life is changing and it's evolving, you know. And a lot of people I think that identify with me have, in some area in your life, have some sort of accentuated circumstance in some capacity, you know. Because I mean, that's how I relate to people, because I can identify, like, anyone that has, like, had a family or loved one that has had a head injury, yeah, stroke. You know, my mom had one when she was 30, I was 15. You know, I know what it's like, you know. So I'm so good at, Mom has always said, Marge, you're so good at explaining things, because I always had to bring things down to the lowest common denominator. Because in them freaking, when I was 12, my freaking father had his melon crushed 6 places. He ain't the same guy that I started out with in this world either. So, you know, changed him quite a bit too. You know, so military, you know, I can relate. Mechanically minded, I can relate. You know, socially awkward, whatever, I can relate. You know, insecure. I mean, all these different, you know, paradigms I can relate with, and I think that one of the things that I'd like to do in my lifetime is help teach kids that maybe have had too many phones and mobile devices in their face growing up, and they're maybe not able to really recognize their feelings and emotions. Maybe I can help them tap into that, you know, before they ignore and stuff starts happening, feeling percolating, and stuff starts coming out wonky and weird and sideways, and that ain't no good for anybody. And there's a big disconnect, you know, because people aren't used to talking about feelings and emotions. They just don't like doing it, you know. So I don't mind it. I'm pretty good at it. I hope to teach other people how to do it too, you know. So, anyway, hope you all have a rad evening. Peace.